Welcome back to the calendar. We were just talking that there are just so many things to do here in the area, and I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. If you say there's nothing to do, you haven't looked at our calendar.
You're not really trying. Yeah. And there's a variety of stuff. One of the things I like is there are many places where music has a hotbed of devotees. Shepherdstown being one. There's a lot of activities there, both through the college, but also through people who just enjoy music, folk music in particular. And this next event is one of those. Squeeze the Bag is a concert being put on during the course of a weekend of bagpipe workshops. People are coming from around the country, and across the world, actually, bringing their bagpipes to get together, learn new techniques, listen to other people play, and then there's a concert for the public on Saturday night. This reminds me of going to fiddlers conventions in Virginia. I went to some, and where people are, you break into groups and people are playing music and getting together and jamming, but then also there's performances on stage where you can go and see how other people do a song that you play, or a favorite song of yours, how they're doing a new version of it.
Yeah, the funny thing about the bagpipes that always gets me is everybody's like, it's the bagpipes. But you listen to the bagpipes when it's a police funeral. It gets me every time.
Yeah.
When I graduated college in Moorhead State in Kentucky, they did a whole, we had a bagpipe procession.
Wow, nice.
And it was echoing off the auditorium. It was very somber.
Now, a lot of bagpipes are those loud,
right.
the big ones, the loud ones, but there are other kinds as well that are smaller, more intimate. They're meant to be played indoors with other instruments so that you can actually hear the other instruments. So it's not only the big, loud, marching band type bagpipes.
Yeah, there's going to be 4 kinds of bagpipes there. There's the Scottish small pipe,
the Willen, the Irish pipe,
and
Northumbrian small pipes, and then the border pipes from the border between England and Scotland. I didn't until I learned about this. This is an annual event. Until I learned about that, I thought bagpipes came in one size, and so it's nice to know that there are actually regional variations.
So let's get the information up on screen. That's Squeeze the Bag, 8 p.m. on Saturday at Shepherd University's Reynolds Hall on King Street in Shepherdstown. $18, $15 for seniors, or $12 for Shepherdstown Music and Dance members, $8 for children or students. There's a phone number, or you can go to the website for more information. Now, we've had a couple of these this year, but it's the Polar Bear Plunge, and this year the Humane Society has moved to Greenbrier.
Right, a different day, different place.
And probably a different feel. I would think that there's a different coldness at a lake than there is the Potomac River.
The river, that's a good point. Plus, it's a little bit higher in elevation, being up at Greenbrier, up in the mountains.
But I think I would probably take Greenbrier because there's actually a space there to swim in during the warm months. So you're going to hit sand.
Yeah.
Now at the Potomac River, I don't know what's it's like pebbles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you're not going to be shoeless, I would hope.
Right. Most people will wear, and in fact, some people come in complete costumes.
Yeah, I love the fact
they're there for the fun.
I love the fact where you get the guides and they paint their chest or whatever and go in. I heard Vaseline's really good to keep you a little warm before you get the cold. I don't know if that's true or not, if you just end up wet and greasy, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But this is actually a fundraiser for Humane Society of Washington County. All the people who raise $50 or more are going to receive a long sleeve t-shirt, and the first 100 registrants will receive a special beanie. That might have already been passed by now, hopefully for them. There are going to be prizes for best costume, oldest plunger, most money raised, and the largest team. So it's going to be a fun event.
Yeah, you can go and watch as well as jump in the water yourself.
Hopefully it'll be a little warm this weekend for them, just a little bit, but not too cold. It conflicts with the whole polar bear.
That's right. You want it to be cold enough so that you can say, "I did it."
So let's get that information up on screen. That's the Polar Bear Plunge 2014 at noon Saturday at the Greenbrier State Park. That's on US 40 west of Hagerstown, and there's a website for more information. Well, it's that January. We're often reminded of Martin Luther King. There's a Martin Luther King Day that we celebrate every January, and the Hagerstown Community College has been doing this event for several years.
Yeah, long time. And Reverend Darren Mency will do, again, his rendition of King's speech, the one that people remember. King gave a lot of speeches, a lot of good speeches, but the one that really people remember was his I Have a Dream speech. And so this, Darren Mency will do essentially a recreation of that. And he's a great speaker, and he does a good job with that.
Well, I think it's pretty interesting. There's going to be music and dance there. The YMCA Young Achievers are kids in the area who are basically living on, MLK's dream and pursuing we hope that they're the future, and that's what, MLK always wanted to help the next generation to be better.
It's a great thing to, a lot of people stand out as leaders who inspire others to improve themselves, and Martin Luther King was one of those. So it's great that we have a day when we can, think back to the things that he said and did,
right,
and the impact that he's had so far. So Hagerstown Community College hosts this annual day, and let's get that information up on the screen. That's the MLK Day celebration, Monday the 20th, from 1 to 3 in the afternoon at Hagerstown Community College at the Kepler Theater. There's a phone number there and a website if you want more information.
Well, we have one more event, the Antique Critique at the Smithsburg Library, which we just mentioned earlier. Now, I am a huge fan of Antique Roadshow, and this reminds me of it.
Yeah.
Cochran Auctioneers and Associates are going to be identifying your antiques or collectibles, and they say no furniture for so many reasons. Just because except for, they said you can bring like small, lightweight pieces. I'm thinking like clocks.
Things you can carry.
Things you can carry.
Yeah.
No firearms at all. They don't want that on thing. But they bring rare books, glass paintings, jewelry, and toys. There's going to be a lot of events. So they're going to estimate it. You're only allowed one item per person. But I think it'll be a fun event. I'd like for someone to be like, find something that was hidden in the attic for years that could, pay for their kids' tuition.
Well, our kids were home for the holidays, and they were helping us to go through our things, our boxes of things, to try to get rid of some. And we ran across some old books and some old silver, and it was like, I wonder if this is actually, worthwhile, or is it just old stuff? So here's a way to find out.
Well, let's get that information on screen. That's the Antique Critique. That's 6 to 8 on Tuesday at Smithsburg Library. It's free. Your 5-minute sessions are available, so be sure to call to reserve a time slot. Well, we only do 10 events, but there are so many more you can see in the calendar every day. We run the calendar Sunday through Friday, so there are no excuses. Get out the red pen and start marking them off for your family and to schedule something for the weekend. And as always, see us next week.